Monica seemed very nervous during opening ceremonies. Possible she knew about Vic going to Kamehacon. Maybe she got a manila envelope. I don't know. And I don't know. To my knowledge, no one's been served at this point.
Oh no, 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 no. We're still assembling the case. We have sent letters out. It's what we call spoliation letters that impose a duty upon you to not destroy evidence. I saw a comment out there by somebody that said that we had requested. No, it wasn't a request. It was it establishes a legal duty. And by the way, that is usually the last letter you get before you get served a petition. Now, in a defamation case, you'll get the Texas Defamation Mitigation Act takedown letter. That's the very last thing, and we're actually processing those now.
So look for those in your mailbox, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Well, if we have email addresses for you, we'll certainly email you a courtesy copy, but we'll send them certified mail as well.
And when you get it, just like Charlie, you've got a golden ticket right to court.
Yeah.
Hey there, so today we are returning to that wonderful world of anime, and today we are returning to that wonderful world of voice actors, where apparently things are starting to get really, really entertaining. Now, who would have ever thought that entertainment, it would be based on watching people basically self-destruct? 2 months ago, we watched people that take outside of the gates, they start brigading against a certain voice actor, and now, 2 months and change later, well, it looks like every dynamic is changing. Now, a lot of what we're discussing here, this comes from a live stream with Nick Rekieta, Rekieta Law, where Nick Rekieta and Ty Beard actually discuss many a tasty tidbit. For example, they talked about the type of YouTube they like to consume. Oh man, they have good tastes apparently because they love this channel. But besides that, also, they were talking about certain things that have come up in the case or are upcoming. For example, the beginning of this, it talked about a request being made. It wasn't a polite request saying, hey, please, the way that Ron was throwing things forward about saying, hey, I'm not going to destroy documentation. No, he was told, hey, you better not do that. That's what that was about. Also, we found out that the statement in front of you, it's actually probably caused by a lawyer. He finally took Nick Rekieta's advice and he decided to lawyer up. That's why he's talking about this being his last post regarding Vic. He didn't get smarter. He probably brought on someone that was actually smarter than him. The lawyer, too, the name mentioned here, is actually going to be his representation, and I wish his representation would explain something to him. Videos on matters that people put out into the public eye. When this guy, he's actually talking about things in Twitter, his representation needs to know that people, they can discuss that. They can use it in any way that they want because Twitter terms of service clearly state that's okay. So, this may annoy you. It may make you angry that people use your own words. And basically, they keep an account of that, an accounting of it. But it isn't harassment. That's what always kills me about these kind of statements. All videos and harassment. We've seen this a million times. Well, it's not us that's being sued there. We're not the ones that went out and were burning someone down. No, we just kept an account of it. We watched that. And well, it's quite insane. That explains a few things, too, that we've seen happening over the last few weeks. I mean, we see statements like this, that came up, say, 3 days before the post that talked about going out and getting a lawyer. It basically said, hey, we would actually be open to terms. We would actually be open to settlement if we could settle this outside of court. And if terms were agreeable, we would settle outside of court. I mean, that That changes everything. That changes the tune. And it says that they see what's coming. And well, what they're coming, they've actually reaped the whirlwind of. I mean, it's kind of interesting to see how that comes together, too, because we started out with stuff like this. She understands the ramifications of her words. That's what people don't understand. If it wasn't true, she wouldn't have said it. Why do you think Vic hasn't tried to sue her for defamation? Why do you think none of the other actors have defended him? Putting him on an island alone, telling him that he's basically going to have to sink? Well, yeah, that probably didn't work out that well. Also, telling someone, please let him sue, please let him take us to court. The best defense against libel and defamation is the truth. Well, the truth doesn't work as he said, she said. It probably doesn't work with you taking on people like, say, fake swatters and on as part of said case against somebody. No, it's probably not the best optic there. So when you went in and you looked at this stuff, when you hear him talking about, hey, if he wants to go out, he wants to bring that against us, then he can. But of course, there was always the implication, if he does that, that's going to destroy him. And well, that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. We don't have someone being very braggartly about it. No, we don't see that at all. It harkens back to items like this. I mean, when I see this exchange here, I remember the tone, and I remember why I started covering this kind of stuff and what I was wondering. And that's why I say that people need to tune in and really keep a track, a log of what's going on, because when you look at this case, when you see it play out, you can see how a line was drawn in the sand. This line, it was stated by fandom. Fandom basically raised money, and the guy that's being represented there, yeah, he's threatening to burn that stage down. And I hope that the man, he can continue to raise more money. In fact, on the live stream, they also discussed raising more money so they can go at more people there. And yeah, they need to do that. I mean, there are a lot of people out there that definitely need to be held accountable. So check out the GoFundMe and where it's at now. Look at this kind of statement too, where we were at before that. I mean, as someone who's actually been sexually abused and harassed more than once, your lies and slander against an innocent man is highly offensive, and you owe the public, and more importantly, Vic Mignogna, a major apology. She isn't lying, and if you were sexually assaulted, you would know what it takes to talk about it. You owe Monica an apology, and Vic will get what's coming to him. He's going to get what's coming to him. What do you think he's going to get there? Do you think he's going to have you apologize? Do you think that he might actually see you grovel? I mean, how much money do you think that you would pay out if terms were agreeable before you even set foot in a courtroom? See, again, those terms, those ideas, they changed, and they changed very abruptly. If you continue other statements too, and I don't want to cover a lot of these, I just want to show a couple way that this was thrown out. This is apparently silence in your opinion, which means you aren't paying attention. So, he put out a statement there. This is one of the other ones. No direct apology to Monica or any other survivors. They were survivors of accounts with Vic Mignogna. See, you look at that language, you look at the optic of it, and you imagine what the implication there. The implication is that this guy, he could probably never get work again. I'm saying that's probably what you would be looking at, and that would be, at best, general comment. And if people respect his wishes, why are people still attacking her? I think we give the fans what they want, a court battle. And let's see who walks away a registered sexual offender. Let's play that game. So you see the threats there. And again, you see how that stuff, it tones down. And then after toning down, well, goes silent, doesn't have anything to say. Unfortunately, there were hundreds of statements that were made, between one and the other. And well, the polarities that you're seeing, going from threat to going to, well, I'm not going to say anything, and I'm open to discussion. Most statements were not like that. In fact, there were some pretty nasty ones that Ron actually had to apologize for because he blamed fake swattings on Vic. He actually went out and he pushed all types of things toward him. Some of those things, well, if you look at him, he went along with narratives that called the guy a P to the E to the D to the O. A lot of stuff that just doesn't fly. So again, if you look at where the court case is, we found out that, well, there were indeed letters sent out, what's going to come afterwards, and also that we're looking at attorneys. So you're actually seeing the sides as they square off, at least for a few people. But, when you look at other people out there that keep running their mouths, we know that this stuff, it's just getting started. It's just getting interesting, and well, things are going to get a whole lot crazier. But tell me what you think about that.
My wife and I love that umbrella guy. Oh, we love that umbrella guy.
If you have good taste and love that umbrella guy too, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell for daily notifications. And well, links are in the description. Check them out. They definitely help out channels. Also, there is an update coming in a live stream. We'll be doing a giveaway. We'll be talking about 2 tickets to a certain con that decided that they were going to stand up for Vic. There'll be 2-day passes. So, you'll have to make your way there. But stay tuned for that. It'll be exciting. Leave comments too. And I want to end by saying, unlike these crazies out there, the ones that are entertaining for all the wrong reasons, hopefully we can stay entertaining for the right ones. We can go out, we can forward focus, and the thing that we can look at is appreciating what we are, the community that we have, and the thing that empowers everything. That's you. That is community itself. So I want to thank you for showing up. I want to thank you for what you do. Go and check out that GoFundMe. Make sure that you give if you want to, or share it if you can't afford to, making sure that other people see that. So this fight, it continues to go forward. It continues to get interesting. And also, it draws a line in the sand and says, we are not going to take this crap anymore. All right, thanks again, and I'll see you next time.